Hey, welcome back to Jazz Time. JazzTime.com is an online store that buys, sells, and trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so you can easily choose the best watch for yourself in the comfort of your own home. We offer the lowest prices anywhere online, and if you'd like to know the price, simply click on the links in the description below. We greatly appreciate if you purchase your next watch from us at JazzTime.com. Today we'll be talking about this Omega Seamaster, the Diver 300 meter coaxial master chronometer at 42 millimeters. Alright, I'll be going over the case, dial, the bezel, crown functions, as well as the movement, and this nice rubber strap. And I'll be going over my thoughts on those as well. So, starting off with this case, reference number 210.32.42.20.01.001. Pretty easy to gloss over it because it's just a series of numbers for most of us, alright? So anyway, starting off with the case here, we have a 42 millimeter case from 2 to 8, also the 10 to 4, same distance, same 42 millimeters. All right, you have a nice, good thickness to this. It definitely fits within, the jacket sleeve category, but not so much the dress suit or the dress cuff, because it is quite a thick boy, closer to like 12 or 13 millimeters, somewhere around that area. It has a full stainless steel construction, as you can see. Nice satin brush finish on the main surfaces, whereas the high polish actually starts out rather large on the front of the lugs and then tapers down and becomes an accent, and then large, and then becomes large again toward the top lug, all right, or from the top to the bottom. All right, so it's sort of like this ribbon type of effect on its own separate bevel on this case. All right, so same as on one side, same as on the other. Looks very good and gives it a very nice sort of distinctive look, because there aren't very many watches that have this sort of accent on them, only really the Omegas here. All right, and sitting on the very front we have a black ceramic insert for this, well, steel bezel, but with the ceramic being black and a nice white lacquer finish on there for the numbering, and the luminescent white pearl at the 12 o'clock position so that you know exactly where you've set it. And sort of working in combination with this dial, taking a look at this bezel here, it is a unidirectional bezel, so it will only rotate counterclockwise, and that's so that, well, you don't overtime anything when you're doing your decompression stops, when you're doing some deep dives, because this does go down to 300 meters or 1,000 feet below sea level, right? So if you look at the color of the pearl, it matches the color of the minute hand. That's your impromptu 60-minute timer, and it's also basically your first 15 minutes being the most crucial for those decompression stops. It allows you to basically measure that rather easily underwater. And if you so desire, you can also set it to the position of your seconds hand and also count up to 60 seconds if you're quick and fast enough to do so. All right. Now, turning the lights back on here, as you saw, the chroma light, or not the chroma light, the super luminova blue for all of the markers here except for the minute hand and the pearl at the 12 o'clock on the bezel. Right, that's all on these 18 karat white gold applied indices on this otherwise blackened, well, black ceramic dial with some waves etched in there to give it that sort of distinctive look that you're dealing with a professional diver's watch. Very indicative of the sea and the waves from which it has been inspired. All right, same exact makeup for the hands here as with the index hour marks. All right, so you have 18 karat white gold hands with the the super luminova applied onto those. You have a red tipped seconds hand, so during the day you can certainly see exactly where it needs to go. So you can certainly use it with that zero marker on the bezel for your impromptu 60-second timer. Also, you have a date window aperture at the 6 o'clock. That's sort of the newer style for these Omega Seamasters. The older styles had them at the 3 o'clock position. To make it distinctive, put it at the 6 o'clock position also makes it incredibly symmetrical in that sense, horizontally symmetrical, and it's also vertically symmetrical as well, because it does very nicely balance out the double index marker at the 12 o'clock position by giving a little bit extra weight and definition and meaning to that 6 o'clock position. All right, when it comes to the crown functions, rather simple here. Just unwind the crown at the 3 o'clock position, and this allows you to wind the watch. If you're at a dead stop, about 20 to 30 full winds is all you need to get to a full power reserve. Nice and easy there. Pull the crown out to the next position and rotate it counterclockwise now to advance the date by 1. It's about a half turn for each date, so if you do a nice quick whip, it will switch once each time you rotate it. All right, and if you find yourself on the 30th of a month, an irregularly numbered month, and the day after would be, say, the 1st of the next month, so your April 30th, for example, you just flip it over once. The quick set will have your back there, and basically when the hour hand sweeps past midnight, it will go to the 1st of the next month. Nice and easy. All right, so pull the crown out to the final position if you need to set the time, and you can now move the minute hand and by extension the hour hand as well. It also gives you that ability to set the minute hand precisely, because it does have that hacking seconds function, allowing you to stop the seconds hand so you can place the minute hand precisely wherever it needs to go based on its position. And once you have it synced up to an atomic clock, just press the crown back in to start up that seconds hand once more. Screw it tightly back against the case to ensure that superior water resistance. All right, so what makes this work is the caliber, I believe 8800, yes, the 8800 coaxial escapement self-winding movement certified master chronometer as printed on the dial of this Omega, approved by Metas, resistant to magnetic fields reaching and going over up to 15,000 Gauss. So basically, it's not just magnetic resistant, it's anti-magnetic. You can get this pretty close to magnets, and it'll be keeping track of time just fine. You also have these exclusive Côte de Genève on these Geneva waves on this movement, this bidirectional winding rotor as well, and also you see as well on the balance bridge very nicely and easily. It also keeps time very nicely and has up to a 55-hour power reserve. So all the rhodium plated finish with the Geneva waves also, you know, gives it a very good aesthetic there. With the 55-hour power reserve, you can set it down on a Friday evening. You can pick it back up on a Sunday evening. Just wind it up once, and you'll be good to go for the next day. Or if you set it down really late at night, you can pick it up on Monday morning very early, and you're good to go. Just wear it all day, and it'll get up to the full power reserve there, the 55 hours. That's all you really need. Okay, so now looking at the framing here while I'm zoomed out, you do have this black rubber strap as included on this watch. There are other versions for which you can get, you know, say the stainless steel bracelet, for example, or even NATO straps. Omega offers a variety of different straps or bracelets. So, you know, this is just one of them, being the black vulcanized rubber here. You have the double raised channel rather on the front, the outside of this strap. On the inside, you do have those very distinctive waves, very much echoing outward from this dial, but underneath. All right, so you can see it does grip onto the skin very nicely, very easily, very good for those deep dives, and especially when you're underwater. And going down to the pin buckle here, again, also stainless steel in its construction. You do have a double minder loop system, so it keeps it nice and organized. You also have all these sizing holes for ease of sizing on the fly. And while I'm here, I can also try it on and give you my thoughts as to how it wears on my wrist, a 7-inch wrist. All right, and also I need to preface this with the fact that it's not the easiest to undo this. So it's sort of a double-edged sword, meaning that, well, it's not easy to make this, you know, to take this off your wrist, but then it's also not easy to take this off your wrist. All right, so you have that added security from, you know, the fact that it's not the easiest to pull off. But when it's on your wrist, it's not going to go anywhere. All right, so let's see. I'll just size it there for my wrist. So for me, 7 inches, I'm at the second notch on this one. All right, and at 42 millimeters, quite a thick boy, obviously, because, well, you know, my personal preference would be around 36, between 36 and 39 millimeters for my watch. But, you know, if you have a larger wrist, this will certainly fit very nicely. And if you have a smaller wrist, you can still wear this too, down to, I'd say 6.5 or even 6 inches, because these straps don't really flare out as much as they seem to. They do have a hard sort of curvature to match the curvature of the lugs at the front here, but they don't really go outward much more. So you can wear this on a smaller wrist should you so desire. So down to 6.5 inches in circumference, you're still good to go. And with the overall presentation here, the black on black on black looks very good, very classy actually for a sports watch. And I'd say this is probably the highest standard that you can have for the sports watch, you know, sans the steel bracelet. But then that means that you're not really diving all that frequently. If you're doing a lot more dives, this would fit very nicely. Or if you're, you know, very sporty, you can still keep up that nice classy luxurious look while doing so, while you're, you know, out and about and highly active. Looking at it down the wrist here, you know, my wrist 7 inches, it sits very nicely there. A little bit of space under the lugs, very good for the breathing aspect of the wrist. It does hug the wrist very nicely when you have this sized perfectly. And it, you know, it's not going anywhere. Noticeable on the wrist, but not overbearingly heavy. In fact, probably up on the lighter side. So even lighter than a Rolex of the same caliber when it comes to the overall makeup here. So I'd say, you know, this is a very good watch to have when you are sporting, you know, the literal sports wear, the sports look, the sports activities, and certainly with the black on black on black, black strap, black bezel, black dial, it just looks elegant, looks classy, and you know, you still have that good sporty effect there. And who can say no to a good old Omega Seamaster? All right, sounds good, feels good, and it's just good overall on the wrist and in the hands. So enough of what I think. What do you guys think about this watch? Let us know down in the comments below what you think of this Omega Seamaster 300 coaxial master chronometer, 42 millimeters. Reference number again 210.32.42.20.01.001. A mouthful of numbers there. They do mean something, but that's another video for another time. All right, so let us know what you think down in the comments below. What would you wear this with? And you know, if you haven't already, hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the bell notification and be notified when we go live with another video like this one. And as always, if you'd like to purchase this watch or any other watch, visit our store at jazztime.com. Links in the description below where you can get it for the lowest possible price anywhere online. Take care, and we'll see you in the next video.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to Model as seen in video, click on it, and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at jazztime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in JazzTime, plus the brand, model, and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.